splits the double with 8. She's going to get a shot off. He's got it.
Are you kidding me?
Yo. Episode 2 with my guys, Brian and Mikey Diggs on Stick Talk. Guys, how we doing?
2-0. That's a one family.
I think the funny thing is that should be my line, but I'm on Cali Woods now, so 0-0. But I'm feeling all right, chilling, no ice, drinking a Sprite.
I was actually thinking about you this weekend. I was like, damn, yo, like that's like the ex that got away and is doing better now.
Yeah, she chose up. My ex chose up. It is what it is. So it look nice, bro.
She's dating like a millionaire athlete. Here you are.
She's dating Connor Schellenberger.
8 burger on him real quick.
Yeah, low key.
That man was cooking. Did you guys get the chance to watch the game?
Oh, definitely.
Kinda. Was traveling. I was helping set up. Had a big old birthday party on my back deck. Spent 15 hours prepping for that. Attending and tearing down yesterday. So not a lot of lacrosse happening. So it was a hibachi style triple birthday hibachi style celebration with my wife's whole family on the back deck. So we had to prep for it again, break it, enjoy it, and then break it down once everybody left. So it was a nice long day. So not a lot of lacrosse, but I did tap in. I was aware of what was going on. I peeked into it when I could, and this is gonna be a fun season. Let's put it like that. And the uniforms. Let me say this: the uniform. Everyone's complaining about the uniform, saying that this, that. I think they're straight. I don't see what everybody's complaining about.
I've been said that. I've been said the uniforms. There's nothing wrong with them. Like it's not. I think that's a professional athlete look now. Like simple jerseys. I don't think they're anything that just like pop out on you and it's crazy like those crazy AAU jerseys, but I think they are now professional athlete jerseys.
I feel like that's where they should have been headed, right? Like they should have been headed towards like creating like boilerplate looks. Like you don't see teams from a lot of other leagues doing. I mean, I feel like soccer still does that from time to time, but they always have their legacy looks. Like, PSG and Real and Liverpool, they all have their like legacy looks. They'll do some one-offs. But if you're going to be in a professional sports team, you got to have a boilerplate look. And I feel like that's what they're trying to dial in, especially now they're associated with like cities and regions. Got to start somewhere, right? I mean, I feel like everyone wants the uniforms to like one up every year. Everyone's got their idea of what a perfect lacrosse uniform should look like. People want them to be baggier. People want them to look more like the MLL joints. Like people are saying that the Outlaws joints need to look more like the MLL jerseys, but the Cannons joints don't and never have. So what's going on with that?
Yeah. I agree, man. I don't think the jerseys are bad at all. I think they would look good. And I'll say it now. I said it before that I don't have a problem with the Maryland Whip Snakes jerseys. Okay? I don't have a problem with them.
The Maryland University jerseys, man.
Hey. Listen, to me, they're beautiful. Okay.
Yo, we should put on screen a screenshot of that last part in the chat. You said they're very beautiful to me.
They're very beautiful to me.
Right. Like the nerdy 7-year-old and your mom's like, "You're handsome." When I was a little fat kid, my mom told me I wasn't fat, I was husky. Like, come on, man. Only your mom can say that.
But did it work in school though?
No, exactly. Coming to school like, nah, man, right? Like, no, that's not what my mom said.
So, I actually had a wedding to go to this weekend in Philly. Nicest weekend or nicest wedding that I've ever been to in my life. It was at this place called the Union League. The Philadelphia Union League or something like that. And if you look this place up, you'll be blown away. So I'm in Philadelphia, and guess who was the first team to play on that Saturday?
The Water Dukes.
The Water Dogs.
Oh,
Water
that's how y'all
Dogs
say it?
versus the Archers. Yes, the Water Dogs. Right? Now, I think I know who I picked in this one because I got it wrong. Picked the Water Dogs in this one. Who'd you have, Brian?
I had the Archers.
And Diggs?
I had Dogs, and I feel like it's hard to get week 1 right. You know?
Absolutely.
So charge it to the game.
So I said it's like Russian roulette when you are making these week 1 picks.
Right.
And I had people asking me, like, what are your picks? What are your picks? What are your picks? Because to this day, people still talk to me about that crazy streak that I went on last year. I mean, I understand why they still talk to me about that.
Yo, Brian, why is this dude making up people in his head, bro?
Listen,
Ain't nobody
Exactly.
talking to him about that.
Who are these others? Who are these others?
Listen.
Are they in the room with us right now, Scott?
They're not in the room with us right now. But I'm telling you, people are trying to ride my picks. But for week 1, it's just Russian roulette. And I really feel that way because of the amount of turn the league has every single year. The teams are completely different.
Right.
Right.
But anyway, speaking of Philadelphia, Utah versus Philly. Utah pulled it out 14-13.
That was a sick finish.
Crazy finish. I thought Utah was gonna give it up in that last second play. Also a dumbass play to end that game too. I mean, I know he saw an empty net, but I was like, just keep that. Keep that rock.
True.
You don't need to score again, but you know, I'm not a professional athlete, so what would I do?
Well, I think what we just found out is that Brett Dobson is a professional stat padder because he wanted those 2 extra saves at the end. He wanted to get on Sports Center for stoning one of the best shooters ever, Ethan Walker. You know, Ethan Walker had a cold set about 12 yards out. Low to low, I'm not a great shooter. Ethan Walker's a great shooter. But I don't know. I don't know about low to low. What y'all think about the placement of that shot?
Mm.
You know, the way I shoot the ball, if you look at my college stats, is I close my eyes and hope for the best. So I can't tell you a thing about placement, but you know, they always tell you to change your planes, and shooting an unprofessional goalie low to low, and he was squatting. He was low already. He's gonna get there. And Dobby is unbelievable in that net.
He's unreal, bro.
And he clutched it. He clutched it, man. Seeing those 2 saves at the end of the game, like I was on my toes. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once that ball came back, I stood up. I was like, wait, what?
And I do feel like I don't know how it happens all the time on week 1, but there's always like some game with a crazy ass finish.
Yeah,
That's
this
a
is that
PLL
one.
for you.
Yeah, and also the Water Dogs not dressing a Fogo. Come on,
Yo,
son.
Brian, you go first.
So I know what they said. Coach Tierney said that I always pronounce his name wrong. Staticus, like the Denver, the trimesters in school or whatever. But I'm like, you're going against Mike Sisselberger. You have to. This is like the thing I understand with it when it's like when the punting. Like, why are you giving up possessions? Like, yes, you get more possessions in the PLO, but I'm like that to me that strategy makes absolutely no sense because they were lucky. But who said it? Oh, J Rag, and he said it was like, yo, the Water Dogs need a Fogo because it's like most teams aren't going to go on 7-0 runs to get back into the game.
Right.
Like, you got to do something. You got to do something at some point because you setting yourself up for failure. Because we're down 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. You said we playing make it take it right now. And they just
Twitter was acting like being down. Twitter was acting like going on a 7-0 run is a strategy.
Right, exactly.
It's not a strategy.
Exactly. Oh no, all they need is a couple of possessions, get a couple 2-pointers. Like that's what we're doing. Like, if we get 3 or 4 2-pointers, we good.
Like just because that's true doesn't mean it's a good strategy.
Exactly.
You know how hard it is to come by a 2-pointer in this league?
Goalies are so good. Can you imagine scoring a 2-pointer in the PLL like Austin Cal? Pick Blaze Reed as backup. Could you score a 2-pointer on him?
Who I remind you was like the 2013 goalie of the year in college. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, he's good.
This is why I'm
He's
happy
hashtag
Shane's not
good.
in this conversation right now. Because Shane,
Oh yeah,
Shane would say,
because
yeah.
he would have been
Shane
like,
would
I
say,
would have
Shane-
4 at least.
Shane be like, bro, 17 yards. I'll do it at 17 yards.
Absolutely not. I know I'm not making a 2-pointer on a goal.
No,
You know what?
absolutely not.
It's the same thing as when you step on an NBA court. Have you ever been on an NBA court and you see how far their 3-point line is?
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, this is half court, bro. It's the same thing when you see a PLL goalie probably standing in the net and you're behind the arc and you're like, where do I shoot it?
Right.
I know I would have a shot.
And Scotty, we've been out there on the field at like All-Star weekend. Think about how much different a shot from like 13 or 14 is than behind that 2-point arc. Those are completely different shots. Like the size of the net changes a lot, just a couple steps back. I don't know how those dudes do it.
Absolutely. I mean, but besides the 2-pointer, Sisselberger went 23 for 25. So I'm surprised the game was even that close when this guy was 23 for 25. They had what's his name? They had Zach Carrier at the face-off X. Has no business hanging out with Sisselberger at the X. Right. And Sisselberger was smoking him. I don't think he lost a face-off until the second half.
Y'all saw Courier just 3-wood that ball out of bounds?
Yo, I was gonna talk about it. You know how mad they got to be in the league office to be like, we're doing all this stuff to change the face off, and the new strategy is going to be just goose it out of bounds. So
I'm sorry. That's so trash from a fan perspective. I'm sorry. That from a fan perspective, that's so booty. No one's trying to see that. Just sub, bro. Just give him the clock back to sub if that's what it's going to be.
Danny Logan did it too.
He did? Oh, that's one I didn't see. D-Lo just 9-iron that joint out of bounds, didn't he?
But like I tweeted it. I was like, not dressing a Fogo is the dumbest thing somebody could ever do, especially because
that's a good tweet.
It's Tierney coaching the Water Dogs, and I was like, why your first game in the PLL you're not dressing a Fogo? That's such a bad. I'm not gonna call one of the best coaches in recent history a rookie, but that's a rookie move. Like just not dressing a Fogo.
I'm on the fence about that because if you look at what the Water Dogs did last year and make it to the championship, they didn't dress a Fogo for like almost half the games. They were like, yeah, nah, we'll just let Gobi take the face-offs or we'll let Zach take the face-offs. But now they can't put the pole there. Who was gonna know?
Changes the game.
That's your difference. Yeah, because then you can't be on their hands as soon as they get it.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I'll bring home data.
So after I tweeted that though, I had Kate Bizzle, Kyle, tweet me and say how they're expecting to get the Thakis on their teams soon. Like they dropped them into the player pool, and now they're going to take them back off the player pool. That's what I got from what Kyle was saying.
After this game, they decide that?
Apparently, Tierney said that he'll be in a Water Dogs jersey sometime.
Huh. I wonder who's going to get dropped off the 25 for that.
I think you need a Fogo, though. You need possessions. And having that first possession, even with the second clock, is important. That's fast transition. And if the guy wins the face-off clean, transition, that's a bucket.
Facts, no printer.
Facts, no printer. But this is probably the best game of the weekend, I would say.
Yeah.
Again, no other game was really.
Dogs Archers was great.
Dogs Archers. That's a great way to start it off. But then we go to your exes. Diggs, we go to your exes. All my exes live in Texas like I'm George Strait.
I'm
That's
taking care of his
crazy.
ex. I got it. I'm
That's
holding his ex
crazy.
down.
That's
I got you.
crazy. Look what PLL did to us, bro. That's so crazy. Just passing around fandoms.
Hey man,
Who they play first?
Boston. They played Boston and they beat
Oh
them
yeah, okay.
12-19.
Beat
Okay.
bat, yo.
Uh-oh, he's
I'm a
laughing.
chill.
What's he about to say? Oh no,
No,
no.
I'm just
It's in
first.
no
I'm
chill
just saying,
zone.
as an Atlas fan, I don't know defeat 2-0. I'm gonna start off with that. But all I heard was this new and improved Kansas defense. This new and improved Kansas defense. They got a defensive player of the year. They got to this. They got to that. Jeff Cheat Shelley said, "Word." Xander Dixon said, "Word."
Xander Dixon, yo, he was cooking. He could not
you-
miss.
Like, T took the defensive player of the year because everybody we talking this. Oh, he calls turnovers. Bruh, that does not make you a great defenseman. He's good. I'm not taking that away from him. Defensive player of the year. T said, "I do not care."
At all.
Beat that man like he stole something on several occasions.
Dog.
Dog
Took that boy to the
walked
rack.
him.
Yeah, he did. He did dog walk him. That was crazy. That was crazy
Then it's
to
like,
watch.
oh, cool. Then we still have Kader Schellenberger, arguably the best player to drive. We good. Like, come on, man. And then we remember Eric Law wasn't playing.
Dang.
Doc's Aiken just focus on the cross right now.
I think it's finally
Like,
back.
Then it's like we go to the other side of the field, that defense. Because remember, that was a problem last year. Gavin Allen said I'm healthy.
But that boy Kobe is back.
Tubon, healthy. Forgot the scouting report. We just gonna let him shoot from 2. Oh, word.
Did you see that goal he had? He was playing with his man at the 50, like in the Southern game, and just came right back over the 50 and launched it, dog. Straight gas. Nobody.
Did y'all
joint.
miss that on the scout? Did y'all miss that on the scouting report? That's what he does.
That's how he got on Instagram in college. He was just sending missiles from 16.
The defensive coordinator, you add his hip. You add his hip until he comes off the field. Kobe said
Crazy. All respect to Colin Kurst. Colin Kurst didn't even react until the ball was in the net when Kobe shot that joint. That's how fast that joint was moving. He shot it stick side, and the ball was in the net, and then he started to go where the vapor trail of the ball was. No disrespect, because Colin is that dude. I like Colin.
He's that dude, for real.
I mean, listen, you see that? I think that shot was going like 102.
Crazy.
Nuts, bro.
Absolutely. Especially with a 6-foot pole. I feel like you got to freeze up for a second.
Low key.
I'd tower up. But I remember us talking about, especially Shane talking about who would be their attack, the Cannons attack. So they put the vets in at attack. That's what it seemed like they did.
What did Shane say? What did Shane say was going to happen?
Shane was talking about just put Pat at midi.
Two-way midi.
Which is fine until he said that Pat could play D mid, which is the craziest thing I've ever heard. That's so crazy.
He'll defend that till the
I know he will. I wish he was here because I would just say it to him. Now I feel like I can't even say what I want to say because he's not here. But I just wanted to tell him to his face how crazy of a take that was.
It is a crazy take, but there was a situation in the game where Pat was playing defensive mid for a second.
But what happened? He caught a outlet in transition, right?
Outlet in transition, passes to his brother, gets a goal.
But he ain't strapping nobody up.
Strap up.
If all you gotta do is catch a ball from the goalie and pass it to somebody, I could do that. But I ain't playing no D mid in the league.
I'm just saying that he was actually on the defensive side of the field. So
he's got to be. I mean, occasionally you're gonna end up there, but you ain't playing no D mid, bro. We're not gonna say all that.
I was curious to see who they would be putting at midi out of those guys. And they have with Asher Nolting, Marcus, and Matt Cab, both Cabs, I wasn't sure who they were gonna put over there at mid. Definitely not Asher though.
Nah. That boy, nah, he's good.
Asher coming out the box hot, yeah.
You saying Asher on defense, he'll keep right on running, he'll just end up on the golf course across the street. He'll go play golf.
You really would.
The boys are
But I mean, it was always Shelly Brennan, Shelly Brennan, Shelly Brennan. But after this game, I was like, oh damn, Brennan, he has to have a hell of a game in order to be Rookie of the Year favorite after that. Especially, I feel like the Atlas compliment Shelly more than the Denver Outlaws compliment Brennan O'Neill.
currently.
Listen, if Shelly is playing with Xander right now, who he played with in college, and he also has Jeff Pete on his team. That attack line is going to be so ridiculous for the whole year. It's like everybody's going to get theirs.
That's true.
He had 11 points in that first game, and Shelly had 8 points in that first game.
Shelly with 8 points in his first pro game is nuts.
3 goals, 5 assists. Gets it done. I mean, it sucked that he didn't play in the second game.
Yeah, I wonder do y'all know what happened? Why didn't he play in the second game?
What is it? He pulled a muscle, right?
Yeah, that's what I think it is too. Like
I think it's like his groin or hamstring, something like that. That's what's gonna happen with that back to back. That's gonna be the interesting part about those back to backs.
But it's also like, oh my God, like Shelly got hurt. Now we got to pull up Dylan Malloy. Like, all right, dude, you guys got weapons. Like, come on. They didn't lose a step in that game. They didn't lose a step.
That is crazy that they won that second game. That they beat Whips in the second game?
They beat the Whips in the second game. They smoked the Whips. Like, the Whips didn't even have a shot in this game. Bro, Brian, I'm sure you were watching this game with a smile the whole time.
Oh, I'm just gonna laugh because it was just like first shot, goal. Then it's like 7-0. It's like that varsity JV game where it's like every shot, goal, and then it's like, man, like it's crazy because again, the funniest part about that one though too was right before the game, I think it was the Whip Snakes, one of their social media accounts has a picture of their defense. I'm like, this is scary. And then you could put that 10 minutes later, 6-0, 7-0. They make switches. They're just like, we don't know what to do. We don't know who to put on who. Because it's light work. Like Scotty just said, oh, Shelly's not playing. We might have Oh yeah, there's a Tewaaraton winner that we have that's our fourth attackman. That's gonna come in. Xander Dixon's still gonna be Xander Dixon. Jeff T's still there. Oh yeah, Miles Jones is there.
Yeah.
Dox is still there. Reed Bowering's still there. Like it's like there's just so many weapons. Where shout out to the Whips though because they made it a game. Because at that point, I'm like running errands. I'm at Whole Foods. I'm just like listening to the game. I'm like, oh okay, they're starting to come back a little bit. So at least they made it a game. But nah, man, that back to back. Them dudes said we lacrosse players, we good.
So check this out. So I'm looking at the standings from these past games. Atlas played 2 games, right? They're the only team that played back to back. Score differential is +11 right now. 36 combined goals.
Disgusting.
Cooking.
Disgusting. And then the second
They're the
game,
only team back to back.
The second game, Baptiste went 20 for 27.
That's about right. That's Cherry Baptiste numbers.
Industry standard.
Industry standard.
He's a star.
And he did it against Petey LaSalle, so he went against the Fogo.
Right. A good one too.
Yeah. I mean, when I was watching the Whip Snakes, like it was crazy that the 2 people who they were getting production from were rookie TJ Malone and then Channing. Channing had 2 2-pointers. So the Whip started hitting some 2s in that game, which made it look like they were going to come back. Look, in quotations. But they're not getting production from that attack line, really, besides Malone.
Yo, Malone's going to be good in the PLL, bro.
That defense, man, that's the thing. We've been talking about the Atlas offense the whole weekend, not their defense. And I was surprised because they put Gavin Adler on Zeddy, and then I think Rex Road had Rambo. And then Makar had Malone, but then they switched throughout the game. But that was like the main matchups, and they just won those matchups. So it's like, oh, we had Trevor Baptiste, who's going to win 80% of the faceoffs, that offense, and now we can stop you. Thank you, Diggs. I appreciate you letting me have the New York City Atlas.
Yeah.
They're upstate now. That's what I didn't tweet that by accident. When I said the upstate Bulls, like, nah, they ours now.
Yo, I kind of like that nickname though, Upstate Bulls, because they'll always play.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like they're always going to play at Albany because that's where they're going to have camp.
Yeah.
So the Upstate Bulls, I can appreciate that. Listen, I need to start just telling everybody I'm not going to be a fan of my team anymore, because every time something happens, every time I do something like this, that's what happens, man. Every time I go to a Seals game, they lose. Every time I go to a Seals playoff game, they get that playoff exit. So maybe I just need to start telling people I'm not a fan of my team anymore. Should I just turn my back on the Redwoods now and just say I don't have a team so that they'll win the PLL championship? Is that what I should do?
Hey, man, if you do and it helps me out, I'd be happy about it.
Yeah, and then I can't claim it because you know how Twitter works.
I know exactly. Yep. You think the Whip Snakes right now are missing Will Manning? Dog, I've been on this for so long because I'm like, yo, I can't believe they cut Will Manning.
He was their leading scorer last season, was he not?
Yeah.
How do you cut last year's leading scorer? You make room for him. They're like, oh, he don't fit the scheme. What scheme? What are you talking about? You better figure out a scheme.
You flip the table. I am the scheme. What is he talking about?
Yeah, I am the scheme. What are you talking about?
I mean, it's like perplexing to me because Zed had 2 goals. He was just in like the Buffalo Bills training camp. Rambo had 2 assists. And, TJ Malone did his thing. But Colin Heacock laid an egg. So I'm just like, why would you get rid of Will Manning? And I'm surprised he's actually not picked up yet.
Right? I feel like that's coming. Trying to find these Terp Snakes box scores. Okay, here we go. Full stats.
But Cheney's back.
Yeah, it ain't much to see. Yeah, Cheney.
Yeah, 2 2-pointers.
Yeah, yep. Shooting from range. I think he let that thing sing. Speaking of people being back, you know who else is back?
Who?
ASAP Perk, yo. ASAP Perk.
ASAP Perk. Hell, who called him Perk 30? Who called him Perk 30?
Somebody called him Perk 30? Oh,
and the funniest, I know I'm not the only one. The funniest thing is, like, forever, whenever he scores, Tari's the first person. That's my first thought. Whenever he scores,
you're obsessed with that.
Like he had that first goal. And I'm just like, Tari in Italy right now, like with a glass of vino, like just
yeah, yeah, Sergio.
Like her husband, his husband.
Yo, she loves her Sergio Perkovic, man. It's hilarious.
He balled out. Because the funny thing is, like, when people don't play well for a little bit, they're like, oh, they watch. Like, you got to find the right situation, the right fit.
Right.
And he found it. He found his fit. You can see because when he had that 2 bomb, where he's just like,
yeah,
the confidence, man. That's what it is, right? You play, you hooping, you at the court, you miss 4, 5, 6 shots in a row. Like, everybody, like, oh, he trash. You hit a couple, get that bop, and then Perk got that bop with him again.
Okay, all right, but I think there was enough evidence to be like, okay, Sergio is washed. Last year he laid an egg.
Yeah, but is that him, or is that was the Redwoods midfield last year?
Yeah, you could put it as much on the Redwoods midfield, but you still got to find a way. He played in like 6, 7 games last year.
Did he play that many? No, I thought he got.
Yeah,
I thought he got healthy scratch for most of them. I thought he'd only played like 3 or 4 games. I stand corrected if he did play more. I thought he only played like 3 or 4.
But I think he because I just heard on the broadcast that he played in like, I might be under it. Hold on, I'll look that up.
Cotter and Kark were adamant that he did not score a goal last year. I don't know how many times they said that. They were like, mind you, This dude did not score a goal last year. Oh, just to remind you, not a goal last year, not one, not in a game.
I love
Park
them
said
dudes.
that. He said,
They
"Not
had
in a
Perk.
game."
Yep. Perk family was screaming at the screen watching, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played in 6 games last year.
Oh, okay. I didn't even realize he played in that many.
Yep, 16 shots, 0 goals.
That's crazy. Over 16.
So I think there was
Fun.
enough evidence for somebody to be like, all right, yo, like your time's passed. But clearly it didn't. He got his 2 bomb, got hot, and it was tough, man. Seeing ASAP Perk do
I
something.
rock with it.
And then if ASAP Perk and Dobson on the same team, man, there's gonna be a lot of
where was
backup nets.
Where was Dobson yesterday?
I guess he wasn't on the game roster.
A lot of them Notre Dame guys probably resting up. Enzman didn't play.
Yeah,
I'm surprised Pat played, but he's a robot though. He had an artificial
Right.
hamstring installed last year.
and also the Chaos had Blaze in that goal, got hurt. I'm hoping Blaze doesn't hurt her. Talking about his knee moved out of place or something like that.
Yeah, did I read that right? They said he it wasn't he dislocated his knee there. He messed up his kneecap. They're like he's done it before. He'll be back in a week or two. And I was like, bro, what vibranium are you using? That you gonna be back in a couple weeks? Like
vibranium facts.
Like Blaze, how you get the Wakanda plug? Like where did you get it? Like
yo, he's moving different.
I know exactly what it said, but it was something with his kneecap. It's like, oh yeah, he's done it before. He'll be back in a few weeks. Like, shout out to you, bro.
Yo,
that's the end of my summer. My kneecap moved.
Oh, that's the end of my mobility, bro.
Yeah, I'm done. He's built different.
But one of the plays, of course, Blaze has had many plays where you realize he's different. But that fast break lead pass was
nuts.
Ridiculous.
That was pure.
Oh, to Ian McKay, yeah.
I was like,
that was pure.
Throw that oh.
Oh, for sure. I love when goalies throw me that on the outlet and just let it bounce in front of me. That was a sick handle, though.
Yeah, I thought McKay was going to get killed.
Yeah. He's lucky the dude played the ball. Was that JT came out and played the ball?
I don't even know. I can't even remember it.
Nah, Ian McKay, one of them Canadian dudes, they don't care.
Those
are the dudes that will come across the middle.
Yeah, they'll just
like, hey, you want to play, eh? Like, yeah, McKay that dude.
You want to play in the middle, buddy?
If I had to say who my second favorite team in the league is, though.
Here we go.
Do you see where I'm going? If I had to say,
the team with what 3 or 4 Rutgers players, I know.
Yep, it would be the Carolina Rutgers Scarlet Knights. They got
the Carolina Scarlet Knights.
They got Ross Scott.
Ross Scott was cooking.
And they got Jules Henningberg. Like, you're talking about 3 of Rutgers' most prominent players. And all on the Chaos, all on the Scarlet Red. Andy Towers knows exactly what he's doing because he knows New Jersey guys just do it different. And I'm happy to see the Chaos be successful if they're going to keep on having these Rutgers guys. And today, Andy Towers just favoriting all my Rutgers tweets, you know? So, like they say, great minds think alike. If I was the GM of a PLL team, I'd get a whole bunch of dudes from Rutgers.
And the scary thing about that win for them was that what did Josh Byrne have, like 1 goal and an assist?
Yep.
Dang, really?
Yeah, because JT won that matchup. He and JT were going at it, but it's like, oh, okay, the reigning NLL MVP walking in, MVP caliber season incoming. Yeah, I think I want to say he had a goal and an assist or a goal and 2 assists, and they still. The rest of the offense, because I thought the Chaos were going to struggle. Those are one of those teams. I'm like, they got a lot of new pieces. Eddie Towers had them boys ready.
Yeah, best facts. Chaos looked really good.
Who was he? He was comparing. Towers was comparing Ross Scott to Jordan Wolf.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they said
what
that
y'all
during the
think about that?
broadcast.
What y'all think about that comp?
Well, one of the announcers tried to compare him to Michael Sowers. But I don't think he's quite Michael Sowers. But I can see Jordan Wolf a little bit, like shit.
Wait. What are we talking
Do
about
you
here?
remember how good Jordan Wolf was? though,
Yeah,
man?
I feel like that's Jordan Wolf's
Yes.
erasure. To say he's not
And
quite
Jordan,
Michael
Jordan Wolf
Sowers,
was,
but I
and
can
he
see
was,
Jordan
and
Wolf.
he was stocky. He was
Who do
stocky
you think
too.
is shiftier then? Who do you think is shiftier?
Jordan
Michael
Wolf
Sowers
is
or
one of the
Jordan
best
Wolf?
professional attackmen ever. Period. He might be top 6 professional attackman ever. Accolades and statistics wise, don't make me look this up. Don't make me look this up.
Who?
I think the comps are unfounded.
I'm talking as a shifty point of view, just on shift team. Who's more shifty?
Jordan Wolf, man, I'm good. Yeah,
Really?
he was different.
I'm going Jordan Wolf.
That's not, and that's not taken away from Ross Scott.
Yeah, that's not a diss.
No.
At all.
No. But I understand that you guys are like 36, and maybe I didn't get to experience the Jordan Wolf.
Hey, whose man's is this, bro? Somebody,
So maybe I might
Brian,
have
come
a
get
little
your
bit of
man's,
bias
bro.
in this.
Come get your man's.
But I listen. Ross Scott getting these comparisons already after a 2-goal performance. I'm like, hey, man, you struck gold with Ross Scott.
Hit that pause button, bro. Pause.
Why? You don't think he struck gold with Ross Scott?
He's nice. He showed out, and we've seen what his skill set can be in the pros, and I think it's going to be good. I just think the Jordan Wolf comp. I think comparing him to Jordan Wolf is forgetting how good Jordan Wolf was, in my opinion.
I agree. The wheels are turning.
Well,
see, Scotty just wants to defend his Rutgers boys, and go ahead. Go ahead.
Listen, I think you guys aren't tapped into Ross Scott yet the way I was tapped
For sure.
into Scott.
Yeah, okay.
Just give it some time. Only time will tell. But time will also tell how Brennan O'Neill will be.
Yo, did y'all see the dialogue about that after that game?
No, what happened?
That'd be the I don't have the stats in front of me because I know he had that goal, but it's just because they ran him out of the box a lot, so people were just like, you had the number 1 pick in the draft and you didn't know what to do with him. But I don't think it's so much that like Sam Hanley kind of took over for that offense. They're just young, man, and they look like they were young.
They're very young.
They were like focused on a lot of first and second year players.
They got a big ass offense though. They got Wiz, Hanley, and Brennan O'Neill.
Yeah.
Just all the like Hanley and Brennan just coming out the box. It's scary, but they got to find a way to put that together.
Yeah. For them, I think it's going to take time.
Well, they better figure it out because Sue's running out of time.
It seems on hot seat.
You know how they do, man. Yeah, he's going to be the one because what are they going to say? Oh, it's not Brendan O'Neill.
That's
right? They're
true.
going to say you had Brendan O'Neill 2 years ago. People saying Sam Hanley was the best offensive player in the country. So it's like you got dudes. They just got to put it together.
And they look good too, man.
Yeah, they needed that, man.
He had a Hattie with a 2-pointer. He was looking like vintage Sam Hanley.
Mm-hmm.
4 points in total. He's a stud. I love watching him play. When he was at UConn, he was a problem.
Y'all see that one where he split right to left on Ian McKay and just shot it right in his eye from 14? Mm-hmm. That was crazy. I was watching it back, like the game highlights, and somebody said like, "Oh yeah, typical Josh Byrne would score the goal today because it was behind the back." Pause. Y'all need to rewind and watch that Sam Hanley joint. Right to left off the dribble and just went top corner with his left hand. 14.
That was peak UPenn. That was peak UPenn Sam Hanley.
That was that was the goal. That was the goal of the game, in my opinion. That was crazy. Crazy take.
Diggs, I feel like if they put you on the chaos attack line with Josh Byrne and Jules Henningberg, now you guys would look like triplets out there.
Light skin coalition.
Yo.
They ride into the game listening to Drake. Yep.
The sad joint. Only the sad joint.
Bro.
Cameras good ones go on repeat.
When I saw
Jungle.
Josh pass the ball to Jules and get the assist, like I was like, I have to make a joke right now. I have to. And I
Unreal.
tweeted that out, and the first person to favor it was Kyle. I was like, yo, I'm glad somebody understood this.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Oh, I gotta check. I didn't see that one. That's hilarious.
Yeah, you'd like it.
Kyle's real. He would get that one first.
I was weak. So we didn't even discuss the Tewaaraton though from last week because we recorded before
right
selection.
I told you, man.
So you got some thoughts, and Brian, I'll give you your flowers because you were talking your talk, and you really gave yourself some credibility after that. Brian knows wax.
And it wasn't, and I'm not even gonna pretend like it was. I was like some whole crazy like philosophical debate, like just looking at the award, and you go down the list. They always give it to attackmen, and there's like even just in the comments from that video. I because y'all know how I am. I don't attack anybody. I didn't want it to be like Pat Kavanaugh robbed Entenmann because people were saying that like, nah, he didn't rob him. He's the best offensive player on the national champion. That part I get, but it's just saying like, oh, you can't be the best player on the team unless you pretty much play attack. Mm-hmm. And it's like, nah, like Entenmann that's the heart, the soul of that team. Like that's you think Notre Dame for? I mean, I could be wrong, but for me, that's the first person you think of.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yep. What do you think, Dave?
I wouldn't say Entenmann was robbed because, I mean, it's not that Pat Kavanaugh didn't deserve it. It's just that, I don't know, man. I feel like Entenmann was more of a key to the success of the team's trajectory over the course of the year. Mm-hmm. It's just the way. That's just how I felt about it. I don't know, man. Some people were saying, let's just rename this the Attackman of the Year award, and
it's true.
I think that's a good take. They should just rename the award if that's the case. Because if Entenmann can't win it, no one that's not an attackman's ever going to win it. He's had the strongest non-attackman case for that award since I don't even know when.
It would be the only other two players would be that year Joel White won the midfielder of the year playing as an LSM, or the John Galloway year, and it's the same thing. It's just like. And I feel like a way that you can kind of shift the argument. If you took Pat Kavanaugh off Notre Dame, do you still think they're a Final Four team? I won't even say national champion. Do you think they can still with that offense?
I think yeah. Because I mean, who steps up and replaces him? Like who you put in there? I mean, that's a hypothetical, but I think the answer is yes because that team is that good.
But I don't think if you take Liam Entenmann off of that team that they're a Final Four team.
I would agree with that. If you put a goal like almost any other goalie in there, not any other goalie, but you know what I'm saying. Like I feel like that's a bigger hit. To your point, that's a bigger hit to the team's success.
And again, taking nothing away from Pat Kavanaugh, but I don't want to shift the argument like he didn't deserve it.
Right.
I want to keep saying that like he's that dude.
He had a Tewaaraton nominee season, absolutely. Mm-hmm. He was top 5, but like if Entenmann's in there. Know how he doesn't win it. I don't get that.
It's like it's parallel with the Heisman. It's like an exceptional offensive player sticks out more than an exceptional defensive player. And
which is why they should just rename the award. That's the case. And do the same with the Heisman as far as I'm concerned. It's just who's the best quarterback. It's like the quarterback.
That's
award.
Exactly.
It's like what is this award about then? If we're just gonna keep giving it to the same position every year.
Yeah. I was gonna make the same point you made about if Entenmann doesn't get that award. How can a goalie possibly have a better year than him?
How can anyone that's not an attackman ever have a shot, honestly?
Mm-hmm. It was
because a middy's never going to have those numbers, period.
No.
And I saw something, I can't remember, because I want to give credit to the account. I saw something where they were talking about there's only been like 2 players in college lacrosse history that had like 45 goals, 50% face-offs, and a certain amount of ground balls, and it was Zach Currier and a young man that plays D3. And I'm like, Zach Currier had the season like nowhere near to our time. Like it just you just gotta play.
Isn't that crazy?
45 points and you face off at 50%.
Yes.
And have like 50 ground balls.
Yeah, I was just about to say, what are the ground ball stats that come with that? It's got to be more than the points.
Like I
That's
gotta
insane.
find this exact. I gotta find what this. Yeah, just to say like how crazy it is. Oh no,
And
you
he
gotta play
never won
attack.
one. And he
Nope.
never won one.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an attack. It's an attackman award.
Yeah, definitely is, especially after that. But PLL dropped Matty P Mike, hot Mike, all the time. Listen, I feel a certain way about this, right? I'm gonna compare it to food. Okay, I'm gonna compare it to food. I
Okay.
love burritos, right? I love burritos. But do I want a burrito every single day? No. Give me a burrito like once every other week and I'm cool. I'm happy. It's the best thing ever. But if I start eating burritos too much, I'm going to get sick of it. And when Matty P is such a great personality, anybody's a great personality. Like Matty P's had such a great personality. But if you give it too much, sooner or later you're going to be like, yeah, stop. Stop. And especially with refs, where the game should never be about the refs. I don't think the PLL is trying to make the game about the ref, but I think that's what it's starting to look like a little bit when he's the one with the hot mic. I think I can name a couple other people who I'd rather have a hot mic all the time besides Matty Pitt.
Yes. Yes. I don't know. I don't see it as the league making it about him. I just feel like he is a really good hot mic. And yeah, he might be a burrito every night. And sometimes I want some sushi. But I'm gonna go ahead and flip this conversation to say, why does Jeff Teat have a hot mic? He never says anything. Y'all hear his mic'd up? All he ever
Yeah,
says
exactly.
is, hey, good pass. One more. Good shots. Hey,
But
I'm gonna
that's
set
the
a pick next
reason.
time. Like that's all he ever says.
That's the reason right there. Because even a couple years ago, remember when they mic'd up Lyle, and Lyle was like, "Why did they mic me up? I don't really say anything." Matty P said something, and I can say because Matty P's from Syracuse, like he reffed my men's league game a couple years ago. He's exactly like that.
No, it's not about the
Like that's just yeah,
authenticity,
that's just.
but
I think that's what it is because he's gonna give you those. He's gonna say something, and honestly I'd rather hear him be like the character that he is than what
Like
Mikey just said.
Jack Roulette is a great mic'd up. And y'all hear his mic'd
Yeah.
up? 10 out of 10. He's hilarious on mic'd up.
I think it's different miking up a player and miking up a ref, though. Like,
That's
and
true.
what other
Okay, yeah.
sports league do you see a referee get this much love? But Diggs, hold on. Side note, an MLB ref retired, like a hated MLB umpire retired, and people were straight up violating him. I gotta send you guys the videos of the guy. They were straight up violating him. That's the other most famous ref in any sports league. Like I can't think of another famous ref where they're always mic'd up.
I just feel like there's got to be refs around. Like y'all heard about that NBA ref that looked like Gucci Man. Everybody calling him Guap on the court. I feel like he's got to be a good mic'd up. If everybody they'll call him Guap like respectfully. It's like Gucci, that was all ball. Like they're like talk to him like that. It's like there's got to be refs in other sports that would be a good mic'd up. Hockey's got to have a couple of refs that just aren't going to take it from any player. It's
Missing
like
tooth, like yeah, you like they out there.
yeah, it's like refs from I don't know some town you never heard of in Canada who's probably the funniest dude on the ice. If the NHL had the balls to just mic him up, I'm sure that would be a great mic'd up.
Right.
Man, you know, I just worry that taking a good thing and shoving it in people's face all the time is gonna make them tired of it fast.
I got you. I got you.
You probably have a point there. Maybe they should do it like a couple times a summer instead of every game every summer.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, I know I like Matty P a lot. I like what he brings to the table, and he is probably one of the best characters in the PLL. But
he's a funny dude.
He is funny. He is funny.
Hilarious.
But do you guys have anything else to say, or who would be your PLL player of the week? I'll give you mine
Yeah,
because before any of you guys take it away, because I thought Brian was going to take it away, so I'm not going to let him talk. I'm going with Jeff T. That's a
Oh, you
layup.
took mine.
Come on, yo. I just
Jeff
drove
Bleed.
through the lanes. I'm going with Jeff T easily. How do you have this many points week 1? He had 2 games this week and performed in both of them. He had 11 points in the first game, 7 points in the next game. 18 points. Come on, son.
11 points.
Check this out. He has more points than that. Whips 2 goals this week. Okay. So he is a problem. And he sometimes makes it look so effortless. So I have to give it to Jeff T.
Hey, I'll let Mikey think about it because I already knew who I was going to have. His teammate on the other side of the field, Gavin Adler. First game, he hold? He held Asher to 1 and 2 on 3. I think Asher only had 3 shots.
Mm-hmm.
Game 1, game
That's
2,
crazy.
he had Zeddy because I think somebody had mentioned to me before the season. They're like, "Oh, the Atlas defense is small." I'm like, "Dog, Gavin Adler is a dog. He don't care about none of that." Like, and how they like. Jeff Teed had 11 points, 18 points for the weekend, but it's just like, now that defense, the Atlas defense was crazy. And Gavin Adler, I'll tell you, was that dude. Like, he in that JT Giles Harris category, like a best defenseman in the league, because he just shifts their entire defense. And so I'm glad he's healthy. Him, Kobe, all them dudes is healthy because Gavin balled out, man. And that's that shifts your defense when you got a dude that's a straight eraser. And he did that again, 2 big body dudes. Asher, 3 points. Zeddy coming out of Bill's training camp, like, man, that's still crazy.
Yeah.
Had 2 points. Gavin Adler's that dude. That's my player of the week.
That size difference is crazy though. When you think of it, Asher Knowlton versus Gavin and Zed versus Gavin. Like, I tower over Gavin, but the fact that he's handling Asher and Zed is
Leverage
beyond me.
Yeah. He's a dog.
Yeah. He really is.
Like you were saying, Brian, Gavin Adler is a dog. I definitely respect that pick. I'm going to go ahead and change my pick away from Jeff T because I got a different point to make. So I'm just going to give it to somebody else. I'm going to say my player of the week is Connor Schellenberger because in his first PLL game, he came out and scored 8 points. Point blank period. Like, that's a big speed adjustment. Everybody says it all the time. And they put the mic in the rookie's face. What's the biggest thing about this? Everybody says the same thing. It is so much faster than college. Like, I can't comprehend it. I couldn't even comprehend it as a D3 player playing D1. And then these dudes go from D1 making late runs, playing against the best of the best, to jumping and playing the pros, which is the best of the best of the best of the best, because then they're the ones that make the game day roster, not the 25. Dude came out and scored 8 points. Like, it's not easy to do. Like, everyone's talking about Brandon O'Neal. Brandon O'Neal had what? Like 2 points. He had a goal and assist.
Yeah.
I feel like that's an expected output. Like Shane Nowak had a goal. Roscoe had 2 points. Think about like Zawada. I think he only had 2 points. Zawada's the type of dude that'll go out there and give you no goal, 7 assists, and not shoot once. Like, he's that type of player. But for Shell to come out and score 8 points in your first game as a pro, you've been a professional for 1 hour. That's impressive to me. Like, Jeff T, obviously, you got 18, you average 9 points a game over a weekend with no rest. That's crazy. But he's been in the league for a couple of years. He knows tendencies. He knows how to get to the bucket. He knows how to play goalies. Shell's a true rookie. Green as they come. 8 points. Give it to him.
You heard what Jeff T said about him after the game?
Yeah.
He said that thing about Cormier.
Yeah, like the ultimate compliment, just to put that bow on Dick's point. Like, he had 8 points, then arguably the best player in the world goes, I see why Peyton Cormier scores so many goals. Because he's that dude.
Yeah, he's playing with that dude. He will find you. If you're open, Shell gonna find you. He's like that.
Yeah, I'm hoping he comes back next week because he was a pleasure to watch. Who has the bye next week?
What's the
I looked
Good
it up
question.
too. I forgot. I looked it up right before this.
And then speaking,
I can do the math. Hold on.
Speaking of that, though, it's interesting because we talked earlier about if the 2 games would be a problem for those home teams.
Nope.
Not yet, at least. Not yet.
But Doc said that in the halftime interview. He told Quint, he said we already have a game under our belt, so we're already in the rhythm.
Yeah. Yep.
That's why I picked them for game 2. I was like, they might lose game 1, but they're professional athletes. They'll come out in game 2 and they'll figure it out.
It's a
Water
work.
Dogs had to bye next week.
Yeah, Water Dogs have the bye. Good. They need it. Rest up. Then I get to watch the Redwoods play against my Scarlet Knights
Woods.
Chaos.
Yeah, I'm gonna be tapped in for that game.
Yeah,
Cali Woods, boy.
that's gonna be a great game. I think. Got to see these Redwoods. Hoping my boy Rome Dizzle has a year.
It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be a good team. Chris Gray in a Cali Woods uniform. That's gonna look good. Yes, sir.
We got. Listen, I'm rocking my PLL green. I think this is a Redwood shirt. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is. There's a Redwood thing on the back. But you're rocking your Redwood stuff. Listen, if the Redwoods have a day on Friday, like they better lock my phone because I'm not everybody here. You know, I might have to buy a play out there.
You tweeting on everybody?
You
tweeting every storm?
Listen, I've been trying to get active on Twitter, trying to find my way. And anytime Rutgers has a day, anytime the California Redwoods have a day, I'm having a day.
For sure. You just need to post more, man. You know how to tweet.
You can find some way to bring up NJIT in it too. Watch.
Listen, I was on the NJIT train for a second, but I like pulled the eat break for a second.
They lost a couple games. He snuck out that room like Peter Griffin, like this.
Man, but that train was the best train I've been on in a while, though. It was
that was fun. They were America's team for a little bit. That was fun.
Yeah, no, we love them.
It definitely was. It definitely was. Well, if you guys have do you guys have anything else to say for tonight?
That was a fun week one. Yeah, fun week.
Yeah, that was a good time. I love that PLL's back, man. PLL's different in college. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good summer.
Oh yeah, it's so different than college, but it definitely is an entertaining product to watch. Never gets dry, unless you are playing against the New York Atlas and the other Maryland Whipsnakes. But that's
then it's pretty dry.
It said that defense was scary. Yeah, okay.
Ron, I love that you're talking that smack for the Bulls because somebody's got to.
Man, I've been agnostic all these years, man. Just like what room for players. That's why I had the black team. Like, I got your team.
Right.
I got to get my Atlas. I got my Atlas gear popping, man.
Yeah,
I love this for you, bro.
I'll send you an Atlas shirt.
Yeah, we gotta get this. I gotta get the merch now.
The only thing that's whack about moving over to being a Woods fan is blue has always been my favorite color to wear. It's hard to wear green. I don't know. My wardrobe's not set up for green. So now I'm like, I gotta buy a green hat. What the hell am I gonna wear that with? I don't have any shoes for a green hat. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So gotta flip all that around, but you know, it is what it is.
See, I don't gotta deal with that because I don't match my clothes.
Yes. Hey, look. It's when other people pick out your clothes though, Scotty, you get a fit off. It's just never when you pick it.
Yeah,
Scotty, you to give me the mannequin look, man. That shit stings.
Yo, I do not pick my own clothes out. I have somebody else pick them if I'm trying to dress.
Cause you be dressing though once somebody else picks it.
Oh yeah, because listen, I'm like I'm trying to think of something. I can't think of anything right now, but you can't go wrong with dressing me. You see me?
Yo, hey, cut the stream, bro. Cut the stream.
All right, let me stop gassing myself up. All right, guys. That's episode 2 of Stick Talk with my boys Diggs and Brian. We'll catch you guys next week. Peace out.